Wearing red, official weight 145, 3/4 pound. His professional record, 50 victories, including 38 knockouts with 3 defeats and 2 draws. The former lightweight world champion, former super bantamweight world champion, former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, former lightweight world champion, former light welterweight world champion, and reigning, defending WBO welterweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines.
Tonight, it is here with the icon of the sport and future Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's legendary and only 8-division champion.
Across the ring, the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing pink trunks with blue and gold trim, joining us from the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. He weighed in at 139 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making the second defense of his title, ladies and gentlemen, here's the undefeated, reigning and defending WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the World, introducing Mario El Azteca Barrios.
There's too much of everything. He just did not figure out how to get into the fight, how to hold him off.
Oscar is maybe trying to lay a trap, but Manny is too smart for it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think Cotto got stunned. He got off, and I saw a little look on his face.
Yes.
By Manny Pacquiao taking complete control of the fight in combinations, leaving Cotto.
His nose is really bleeding now. Cotto's face.
Annoy Mayweather. He might have been a little too conservative.
And Haddon's in trouble again. Final 10 seconds of round 1 and Haddon's down for the second. Final 10 seconds of round 1 and Haddon's down for the second time.
The first round by Manny Pacquiao.
What an impressive first round by Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's being busy but he's not here.
Beautiful combination by Barrios.
It's already good, but again, Barrios being the better fighter and doing
Bigger, strong movement coming in. Looks like, but right now, there are 1 or 2 shots like right now. You really don't. But now when he tough fight like this,
Before stepping into this high-stakes showdown, Manny Pacquiao had already carved out a legacy of destruction, dismantling legends like Oscar de la Hoya, Miguel Cotton, and Ricky Hatton with blistering speed, crushing power, and an unshakable will. On the other side stands Mario Barrios, no stranger to pressure himself. Fresh off explosive victories over Giovanni Santiago and Beta Akhmatova, Barrios has proven he can bring relentless pressure and surgical precision when it matters most. Tonight, both warriors bring their past triumphs into the ring, ready to write a new chapter in boxing history. Under the bright lights of the MGM Grand, the stage is set. Manny Pacquiao, the living legend, steps forward with the same hunger and fire that built his empire. Opposite him, Mario Barrios, young, powerful, and fearless, is prepared to shock the world. The bell rings, the crowd erupts, and history begins to unfold. Every punch could shift momentum. Every move could change the outcome. This isn't just a comeback. This is war. Pacquiao versus Barrios, a fight no one expected, but now the entire boxing world can't stop talking about. On July 19, 2025, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, a venue where Pacquiao has made magic before, he will face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. But this time, the stakes are different. This time, they're higher, and for some, even uncomfortable. Because if Pacquiao wins, he won't just reclaim a world title. He'll make history, becoming the oldest welterweight champion in boxing history, breaking the very record he already owns. The year was 2019. At 40 years old, Manny Pacquiao shocked the world by defeating the undefeated Keith Thurman, becoming the oldest welterweight champion in history. That record still stands. But now, at 46, he's stepping into the ring once again. And not everyone is cheering. To some, This is the final epic chapter in a legendary career. To others, it's a dangerous illusion. A 46-year-old man risking his health, his legacy, and his life against a younger, sharper, fully active world champion. This comeback isn't just controversial, it's dividing the sport. No one knows how it ends. But one thing is certain. This isn't just another boxing match. This is boxing history, for better or worse. Pacquiao'sg last professional bout was in August 2021, when Hordian's gas outpointed him in what many believed would be his final fight. Afterward, he walked away, announcing his retirement and shifting his focus to politics, even launching a run for the presidency of the Philippines. But retirement didn't stick. In 2024, he returned, not to boxing, but to the ring, in a kickboxing match against Yukiya Apo. It didn't go well. He looked slow, rusty, off. Fans feared they were watching a hero who had stayed too long. So when the WBC reinstated him in the welterweight rankings, the boxing world was stunned. How does a man who hasn't fought professionally in 4 years get a title shot? Critics say it's politics. Nostalgia. A desperate grab for pay-per-view sales. Promoter Frank Warren didn't mince words. This isn't the sport doing this. It's the sanctioning body. Pacquiao'sg passed his sell-by date. He should be retired. And yet, the date is set, the posters are printed, and Manny is stepping back into the fire. Let's make one thing clear. Mario Barrios is no faded name. He's not here to collect a paycheck. He's 30 years old. He's the reigning WBC World Welterweight Champion. And he's coming to make a statement, not just against a legend, but against the very idea that glory can be borrowed from the past. Mario Barrios is entering his prime, and make no mistake, this is no exhibition. With a professional record of 29 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, including 18 knockouts, Barrios brings a dangerous blend of volume punching, youth, and unshakable grit. In 2023, he claimed the WBC interim title by defeating none other than Hordian's Gas, the same man who handed Pacquiao his last professional defeat. Then, when Terence Crawford vacated the belt in mid-2024, Barrios was elevated to full WBC world champion. He's been active. He's been tested. He's fought 5 times since Pacquiao retired. And now, he's hungry, desperate, for the kind of signature win that defines a career. Yes, Pacquiao is the legend, but Barrios is the one with everything to prove, and he's not taking this moment lightly. He's trained under Virgil Hunter, one of boxing's most respected minds. He's sparred with the likes of Amir Khan. His youth, his speed, his power. He holds every physical advantage heading into this fight. Some fans say this is just a legacy cash-in for Manny. But experts? They're calling it one of the riskiest returns in boxing history. Amir Khan, who's shared over 300 rounds of sparring with Pacquiao and trained alongside Barrios, offered a brutally honest take. I love Manny as a fighter and as a friend, but I wouldn't advise this comeback, not against someone active. If anything, he should fight another retired guy. Someone like me. But Barrios? That's dangerous. Top trainer Robert Garcia echoed the concern. Barrios is young. He's the champion. Pacquiao is 46. That's like me getting back in the ring, and I'm 49. I can't do it. Even Terence Crawford, who's preparing for his own legacy fight against Canelo Alvarez, weighed in. It's a 50-50th fight. Barrios is a great matchup for Manny. But at that age, anything can happen. And that's the truth. Anything can happen. Which is exactly what makes this one of the most high-stakes, unpredictable fights boxing has seen in years. And make no mistake, this comeback isn't just high-profile. It's high-risk. For the first time since 2018, Freddie Roach is back in Manny Pacquiao'sg corner. Their reunion has fans asking one question. Can lightning strike twice? Roach coached Pacquiao through 34 fights over 16 years, guiding him to unforgettable victories over legends like De La Hoya, Cotton, and Bradley. But after the controversial loss to Jeff Horn, their bond began to unravel. Pacquiao eventually parted ways with the man who helped shape his greatness. Now, 7 years later, they're back together. Older, maybe wiser, but standing face to face with a whole new generation of boxing threats. For some, this reunion is powerful, a return to roots, a rekindling of one of boxing's most legendary partnerships. For others, it's just nostalgia, something that won't matter once the bell rings. Still, Roach's return adds another unpredictable layer to this already wild story. If Pacquiao has any chance of pulling this off, it'll be with Roach in his corner, whispering strategies between rounds, just like old times. But Mario Barrios may not be the final boss. According to longtime promoter Sean Gibbons, there's a much bigger target waiting in the wings, Gerona Tank Davis. In a recent interview, Gibbons didn't hold back. When he beats Mario Barrios, line them up. Manny's wanted that fight for years. Gerona kept making excuses about weight, but now the door is wide open. Team Pacquiao sees the Barrios fight as a springboard, a way to reclaim a world title and set up one last mega fight. One last payday. One last mountain to climb. One last war. But it's not that simple. Gerona Davis is tangled in his own chaos, preparing for a controversial rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., a fight fans demanded after their first bout ended in uproar. At the same time, Tank's name has been tied to a possible crossover clash with Jake Paul, a spectacle that could go down before the end of the year. So where does that leave Pacquiao? Some believe he's genuinely chasing legacy, looking to add one more iconic name before riding into the sunset. Others think he's positioning himself for big money fights, using the Barrios matchup as leverage for a final run through the spotlight. Whatever the truth is, the road doesn't end on July 19th. It may just begin again. Nostalgia, fame, the spotlight, while it still shines. Whatever the motive behind Manny Pacquiao'sg return, one thing is certain. If he defeats Mario Barrios, the entire world will be watching who he calls out next. But behind the headlines, press tours, and sold-out arenas, there's a deeper tension brewing within the boxing world. Not everyone is celebrating this comeback. In fact, some are openly questioning whether it should be happening at all. Veteran promoter Frank Warren has emerged as one of the fight's harshest critics. In a scathing interview, he didn't hold back. It's not boxing doing this, it's the sanctioning bodies. He hasn't fought professionally in 4 years, and now he's walking into a world title shot? That's not how sport should work. For Warren, and many others, this fight isn't about merit. It's about money. They argue this isn't a competitive return. It's nostalgia-fueled matchmaking, a business move, disguised as a sporting event. And beyond the ethics, there's real concern for Pacquiao's health. He's 46 years old. He's fought for nearly 3 decades. His body has been through wars most fighters never recover from. And now, he's up against a young, hungry world champion in his prime. Then there's the emotional side, the part fans don't see on the fight poster. Many believe Pacquiao isn't coming back because he has something to prove. He's coming back because he misses it. The roar of the crowd, the lights, the chants, the glory. Even former rival Amir Khan acknowledged it. I think Manny misses the love, the attention, the spotlight. But that doesn't mean it's the right reason to fight. And yet, the fight is happening. Tickets are flying. Social media is buzzing. The world is tuning in, critics or not. Because the truth is, the market wants Pacquiao. And that's what's really driving this comeback. This isn't just another title fight. It's a collision of past and present, legacy and ambition, memory and reality. If Pacquiao wins, he makes history, again. He becomes the oldest welterweight world champion in history, breaking his own record set in 2019 when he beat Keith Thurman at age 40. But this time, he'd do it at 46. That kind of victory wouldn't just be historic, it would be seismic. It would give Pacquiao the leverage to chase massive paydays, mega fights, rematches, global exhibitions. And yes, even that long-teased showdown with Gerona Tank Davis. It would be a MIC drop moment, the ultimate punctuation to a legendary career. But if he loses, the risk is steep. A devastating defeat at this stage? It could tarnish everything. A loss wouldn't just mean defeat. It could tarnish the legend Pacquiao spent decades building. Boxing is full of icons who stayed too long, and sometimes, One punch from a younger, hungrier fighter is all it takes. To erase the magic, to shake the legacy, to break the myth of invincibility. And that's what makes this fight electric. Because this isn't just about winning or losing. It's about what this fight represents. A win? It rewrites history. A loss? It could end it. So what exactly are we witnessing on July 19th? Is this the final act of greatness? The ultimate underdog returning to remind the world who he is? Or is it the beginning